The Aztecs did not see the universe as secure or everlasting. It was a fragile flame, flickering against the endless winds of chaos. The sun, that blazing heart of the sky, was no eternal torch. It was a warrior, locked in a ceaseless battle with the devouring jaws of darkness. Each dawn was not a promise, it was a victory. And victories demand a price. That price was blood. Human blood. The fire of life itself. Their sacred myths told of the first dawn, when the world stood cold and void. The gods gathered at Teotihuacan, the sacred city, to choose who would bear the unbearable burden of the sun. One deity, clothed not in glory but in humility, hurled himself into the raging fire. Flesh consumed, spirit ablaze, he rose as the radiant sun. Creation was lit by sacrifice. Thus the Aztecs believed, if even gods had torn themselves apart to ignite the heavens, how much more must mortals surrender to keep that light alive? To them, every beating heart was a torch. Every drop of blood, a spark. Without sacrifice, the sun would falter, the sky would fall, and the world itself would drown in eternal night. For the Aztecs, sacrifice was not a hollow ritual, it was survival itself. They lived beneath a sky always on the edge of breaking, haunted by the terror that if the sun was not fed, it would wither and die. Then the world would unravel. Darkness would swallow the earth. The fields would wither into dust. The rains would abandon the land. Humanity itself would be extinguished. And so, each offering was no mere death, it was a covenant. A sacred pact carved in flesh and sealed in blood. We give, so that the sun may give back. This was not cruelty in their eyes. It was duty. A holy debt that bound mortals to the gods. Without sacrifice, the fragile thread of creation would snap, and the cosmos would collapse into eternal night. Those who died upon the altars were not forgotten, they were transformed. Their blood became the river that nourished the heavens. Their hearts became firestones in the furnace of the sun. Their lives were not lost, but woven into eternity itself. Sacrifice was more than faith. It was the engine of empire. The Aztec dominion was built not only with stone and steel, but with blood. Their armies swept across Mesoamerica like storms, demanding tribute from every kingdom they subdued. Yet war was not waged to annihilate, it was waged to capture. Every prisoner was a promise, every captive a gift for the gods. And so they were led to the beating heart of Tenochtitlan, to the towering steps of the Templo Mayor. There, before the eyes of thousands, the air thick with incense and smoke, the drums began to thunder. The sound was not music, it was the heartbeat of the empire itself. One by one, the captives climbed, surrounded by priests cloaked in feathers, jaguar skins, and paint of sacred colors. At the summit, upon the cold stone altar, obsidian blades gleamed like black lightning. In a single, swift motion, a chest was opened to the heavens. A heart, still burning with life, was lifted high, crimson and pulsing, as if to remind the sun it was not forgotten. This was no hidden rite, it was spectacle, a theater of terror and devotion. To allies, it was a promise of protection. To enemies, a warning carved in blood: defy the Aztec Empire, and you defy the very gods. To resist their tribute was not only political rebellion, it was a cosmic betrayal, a crime against the sun itself. To the Aztecs, life was never free. To draw breath was to borrow from the gods. Every heartbeat was a gift on loan, and every soul entered the world already bound by an unbreakable chain of obligation. Existence itself carried a price. They named it nextlahualli, debt payment. A truth carved into their faith like stone: what the gods give, mortals must repay. No life was exempt. A noble might pierce his flesh, letting a drop of blood fall like a coin into the treasury of the divine. A warrior, seized in the heat of battle, might surrender his very heart as the ultimate payment. From the smallest sacrifice to the greatest, each offering was a reminder that nothing belonged fully to humanity. Not blood, not breath, not even the soul. Thus sacrifice was not madness, nor senseless cruelty. It was an economy of eternity, where life was exchanged for life, blood for sun, heart for harvest. To give was to settle the debt, to refuse was to rob the gods themselves. In their eyes, only through payment could the fragile balance of creation endure. Only through blood could the world remain alive.